This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours in holding. We've got about 25 minutes remaining in this built-in hold, and it was a planned 2-hour built-in hold. This is a standard part of our shuttle launch countdown. Everything continuing to go well. We had a very good weather briefing. The outlook's good for weather here at KSC and also at the transoceanic abort sites, should one of those become necessary. The satellite is now returned to KSC, and we are now feeding out live pictures at pad 39A with the Space Shuttle Atlantis. We are standing by to receive live pictures of the STS-79 crew members as they are getting suited up and getting ready to ride out to the launch pad. We do have the flight crew members for STS-79 getting strapped in, actually getting their suits on. Got Commander Bill Reedy. He's making his third flight today. He has overall responsibility for commanding the flight. He will become the fourth shuttle commander to dock with the Russian space station, and that will occur on Wednesday evening. He will also have control of the vehicle during re-entry. We've also got pilot Terry Wilcutt. He will assist Reedy at the flight controls. He's making his second flight today. He will assist in transferring logistics to and from the Mir station. He will also assist Commander Reedy in the fly-around of the station after the undocking. The shuttle will stay docked about 5 days. We've got Dr. Jay Apt ready to go today. He's Mission Specialist 1, making his fourth flight. He will be involved in activities and experiments aboard the Space Hab, Earth observations, biotechnology systems, and the furnaces that are on board, and the refrigerators and freezers. He's also designated as one of the spacewalkers should one become necessary. And over across the room, we've got the rest of the crew getting ready for launch today. Mission Specialist Tom Akers, who is also the flight engineer. He will assist the commander and pilot with the ascent and re-entry checklist and in monitoring all the vehicle systems. He's making his fourth flight today. He will be heavily involved in the transfer of logistics to and from the Mir station. And here we have Mission Specialist John Blaha getting his flight suit tested. He's making his fifth flight today, getting ready to embark on his 4-month stay aboard the Mir space station, where he will be involved in scientific investigations on long-duration space flight. And we've got Mission Specialist Carl Walls getting ready. He's waving, ready for launch today. He is making his third flight today. He will oversee the operation of the orbiter docking system and will operate several experiments during the flight. He will also use the IMAX camera to perform a photographic survey of the Mir station during the fly-around. He's also one of the designated spacewalkers should we have an unplanned walk. This is shuttle launch control. We've got pictures now of the flight crew walking down the hall toward the elevator at their crew quarters. Jay Apt, Carl Walls, Tom Akers. Saying hello to some employees who are wishing them well for their flight. Crew's been in training for over a year now for the preparations for the flight. In fact, John Blaha has spent quite a bit of time over at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, just outside Moscow. He's also studied a new language and culture. And the crew is getting ready to ride out to launch pad 39A. They'll be led by the KSC security escort. It takes about 20 minutes to arrive out at the launch pad. The crew is about to embark on their 10-day flight and the mirrored docking. All continues to look well with the launch countdown, no problems, no technical issue. Looking at a 4:54 a.m. Eastern Time liftoff of the shuttle Atlantis on mission STS-79. At the opening of our launch window today, Shannon Lucid and her fellow cosmonaut crewmates aboard the Mir station will be located just off the coast of South America near the equator, and they'll be about 5,000 nautical miles away from KSC. It's not likely that they would be able to view the launch from that location. We've got about 20 seconds remaining in our built-in hold. Countdown clock will be resuming momentarily at the T-minus 9-minute and counting mark toward the launch of the shuttle Atlantis on mission STS-79.
4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
We're at T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
GLS auto sequence has been initiated.
In just a few seconds, the orbiter's access arm will be retracted away from the vehicle to the launch position. This arm is used by the crew to get into the crew module, and that arm can be re-extended within a few seconds if necessary. A profile test of the orbiter's aero surfaces has started. The flight control surfaces are being moved through a pre-programmed pattern to verify they are ready for launch. The nozzles on the 3 main engines are being gimbaled and positioned for launch today. All systems are go for launch at this time, just a few minutes away from the 17th voyage of Atlantis with a crew of 6. This will be the 4th shuttle flight that will dock with the Russian Mir space station.
DLT, clear caution, warning, memory, verify no unexpected errors. And HC, that's alert, and there are no unexpected errors. Thank you, Jack.
The gaseous oxygen vent hood is being retracted away from the top of the external tank. And the 6-member crew is about to embark on the first day of the planned 10-day flight and the return of astronaut Shannon Lucid and the beginning of John Blaha's 4-month stay aboard the Mir space station.
All crew members, close and lock your visors, initiate O2 flow. God bless you, and have a wonderful flight. OTC, that's in work. Thanks very much. You've done a great job on the Atlantis, and we'll see you in about 10 days with a crew swap.
T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 15. 11, T-minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for engine start. 5, 3, 2, 1. We have booster ignition and liftoff of Atlantis on the 4th flight to dock with the Russian space station.
Houston now controlling.
Houston, Atlantis, roll is complete.
Roger, roll Atlantis, and your MPS H2 out message is a deucer only, no action.
Copy.
The roll maneuver is complete aboard Atlantis. The vehicle is now in a heads-down position on course for a 51.6 degree, 160 nautical mile orbit. 3 engines aboard Atlantis, preparing to throttle down now as the vehicle prepares to pass through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Atlantis' velocity is approaching 900 miles per hour. The vehicle's already 2.5 miles downrange from the launch site at an altitude of 6.6 miles.
Atlantis Houston, go at throttle up.
Copy, go at throttle up.
1 minute, 25 seconds into the flight, the 3 liquid-fueled engines are now back at full throttle. About 35 seconds away now from burnout and separation of the twin solid rocket boosters aboard the orbiter. Atlantis is 12.5 miles downrange from the launch site. Current altitude 18 miles, traveling 2,300 miles per hour. The hydraulic systems, all 3 of those APUs, auxiliary power units, are in good shape, as are the electricity-producing fuel cells, standing by for SRB separation. SRB separation is confirmed 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the flight.
Window close and lock strain back time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Window close, 09.
CDR is ready. Copy that. LRD. LRD is go. SRO.
SRO is go. You have a range clear to launch.
Launch director of this entity on 212. Launch team is ready to proceed.
JRPS, start APU and hydraulic recorders. Mr. JRPS, that is complete.
TLT, perform APU pre-start. APU pre-start.
Max, we see good pre-start. Copy.
At OTC, looks like 3 good APUs.
Verify 3 good APUs. Thank you.
Flight booster, 3 engines ready.
Copy.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go for main engine start.
All vents open. Copy.
B0 SRB ignition. Test team.
Liftoff confirmed. Copy.
Flight booster, the message is a deucer only. DH2IP on the right.
Copy, deucer only, Capcom.
And flight guidance, we see the roll.
Roger.
Houston, Atlantis, rolls complete.
Roger, roll Atlantis, and your MPS H2 out message is a deucer only, no action.
Copy.
Throttle on 367.
Copy.
SRB SAP.
Major mode 103. Copy, SRB SAP.
Hey, we're live on the flight deck, Reeds. Thanks.
Houston, Atlantis.
Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, Bill, do you still have a video in Space app?
Yes, sir, we do, and the color's still faded out.
I got a message from my wife. It's still our anniversary, so I just I don't know if you can read that or not, but it says "Happy Anniversary, Pam." Number 20, and it's from me. So just wanted to wish her a great anniversary. Tell her I'm having fun.
We copy, Carl. Carl, why don't you try to bring that up a little closer to the lens? And, of course, congratulations to the two of you from all of us down here. Hey, that's great. We got a good shot now.
Thanks, Bill.
Second shot. Bill, at 22 minutes, you're going to turn your flight controller power on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you and Terry really good.
We might as well go flat now, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Item 19. Because we don't want to go flat through the R-bar.
Yep, just get your flight control power on. So, all right, here comes an item 19. That's a track.
Yes. Okay, going flat.
Okay.
Houston, contact and capture. Lannis and Mirror shaking hands.
Copy, capture confirmed.
And Valeria is saying that each of us has to have some bread and salt, which is the traditional Russian greeting.
And the school bus was the school bus.
Did you guys go up and work with Carolyn Sumner's up at the museum there?
One time, that's an ask.
Yeah, that's what we did too. What a nice person.
I thought I was looking at the Southern Cross out there. That was, I just wondered if that was really it.
I'd like to point out one thing here in the background. We have our crew emblem, STS-79 crew emblem. You'll see two EVA gloves grasping hands as a symbol of the international cooperation that we share. This particular one will leave aboard the Mir for them. It's signed by the members of our training and mission control team back in Houston. And just to let them know that it's not just us up here, but it's a team with the ground, with everybody involved in NASA and the contractors that makes this all happen, and it's going to make it happen again in the future as we build International Space Station. The gifts we have for our Russian colleagues, don't know if you can see very well, but we're floating here a shuttle made out of chocolate so that when Valery looks out his window, maybe he can put that in there as a simulation of the Atlantis. So Valery and Sasha. And one other gift we have for him. Because we know they'll miss us and they'll want to know what we're doing. We have two watches. They're both set on Houston time because of all the things that we've done here in space as a joint crew, probably telling what time it is has been the most exciting for all of us. And we think that maybe with a watch set to Houston time, every time they look at it, they'll remember us. And I know that every time we look in the sky and see the mirror, we'll remember them. I think that's the end of our program remarks.
And Bill, as you so aptly stated, even in the greatest of successes, there can be a few moments of sadness. And Atlantis, Houston, great picture of Mir. I don't think the networks can compare with this for high drama tonight.
You haven't been on the middeck.
turned off?
Yeah.
So you could punch something in that keypad and it won't do anything. Wait till I zoom in. Okay, I'm coming in. Okay, keypad again.
Disconnect all that stuff. Get the cap out. Here we see us act done. Okay, here we go. And go to the ODS bar. Okay, let's make sure we don't have any junk under here. Seems weird to close it, you know, with the light still in it. Yeah.
In the shape of the patch,
Say again?
in the form
shape of the patch.
of an EVA hatch,
Uh-huh.
leading the way to future cooperation in space.
Truth.
A little preload.
Okay. Equalization valves for these are off. Okay, off.
Flight guidance. So, good residuals.
Okay, Capcom, good burn, good residuals.
Atlantis Houston reads we show a good burn, good residuals.
Okay, and all flight controllers will be picking up in the post-burn section of the entry checklist on page 332.
Copy that. Looked great to us up here too, and especially Shannon.
I'll bet she can taste those M&Ms already.
Flight prop, Ohms RCS post-burn reconfig complete.
All right, and GNC secondary actuator check not required.
Not required.
And prop forward shift dump not required.
No, ma'am.
And hydraulic fluid thermal conditioning not required. Max?
That's correct, flight.
Okay, Capcom, let's pass that.
And that was right at the opening of the window.
All right, good.
Flight guidance.
Guidance.
Processing drag, small residuals.
Atlantis Houston, energy ground track, nav go, take TACANS.
Okay, how's air data looking?
Flight GNC, take air data to GNC.
Guidance.
Stand by on nav, we're still evaluating. Right now the nav is better than the air data.
Capcom, take air data to GNC.
Atlantis Houston, take air data to GNC only.
Gear down and locked. Brake hustle's open.
Okay, I'll be coming around the room for post-landing deltas. Max?
No deltas.
Congratulations, Atlantis, on your highly successful mission, and of course, welcome home, Shannon, from your record-setting flight above Mir.
Okay, Max, no deltas?
That's correct.
Rob?
None.
GC?
No deltas.
Eagle?
None.
Ecom?
No deltas.
Payloads?
None.
CPS?
None.
Inco?
None.
Booster?
None.
Okay, Capcom, no post-landing deltas. We'll be standing by with them on page 5-3.
Atlantis Houston reads, we have no post-landing deltas. We're ready to pick up the entry checklist, page 5-3.
Bodycom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're getting ready here for ammoniac. We need to get him over to page 5-8.
Okay. Capcom, we need ammonia activation, page 5-8.
With the
modifications.
with the deltas, that's right, flight.
Atlantis Houston, for reads, we'd like you to move ahead to page 5-8. We're getting ready for ammonia activation. I'd like you to work that procedure with the deltas.
Copy.
Inside, about halfway. 30 degrees to go. 20. 10, about 2 feet. 1 foot. That's 6 inches. You should have something. 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. Okay. Not much bounce.
No,
That was nice.
Okay. Inside Mach 21.
So the shuttle will be landing from the northwest to southeast approach. Again, runway 15 is the landing site for Atlantis. Atlantis breaks its way through one deck of clouds. Very clear conditions at the Cape. Atlantis now 4,500 feet in altitude. Perfectly aligned with runway 15. Reedy now flaring up Atlantis' nose, landing gear or drop. Main gear touchdown. Wilcutt now preparing to deploy the drag chute. Nose gear touchdown. Atlantis now rolling out on runway 15 at the Kennedy Space Center, wrapping up a 3.9 million mile mission to bring Shannon Lucid home after a U.S. record 6 months in space.
Houston, you'll have to go ahead and read the deltas on page 5-22.